What's going on, guys? Welcome to Inside the Horseshoe. My name is Matt, and tomorrow it's game day. The Indianapolis Colts, they take on the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay. In today's video, I'm going to share my overall thoughts heading into the game. I'll give you guys my key players, my keys to victory, and then at the end of the video, I'm going to give you my prediction on who I believe is going to win and why. But before I do that, if you're new, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon. That way, you're notified when I upload a video or when I go live. If you like this video, smack that like button. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Who's going to win the game? Why? Let me know in the comments. And if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There is a link in the description down below. So, obviously, the biggest storyline heading into this game is the Green Bay quarterback situation. Jordan Love, he's listed as questionable. I don't think he's going to play personally, but he is listed as questionable. And more than likely, Malik Willis is going to end up being the starting quarterback this weekend. And I fully expect it to be Malik Willis. I think he's going to start. I think he's going to play on Sunday and not Jordan Love. And honestly, if I'm Green Bay, I'm not playing Jordan Love. I'm not risking that injury getting worse than what it is. I'm not going to risk it in a week 2 matchup against an AFC team. It's not a divisional rival. Heck, it's not an NFC team. It's an AFC team. Yeah, you want to win every game, but this is the type of loss that's going to hurt them the least when it comes to tiebreakers and stuff. Again, you want to win every game, absolutely. You want to be the number one team in NFC or AFC. But when you're playing a team that is in a different conference in week 2, and you have a quarterback who had a serious injury, who probably should sit out for a couple weeks, you don't just play him in this game. Because what if he gets hit wrong and he's out for the season? Then you're screwed. So if I'm Green Bay, I'm playing Malik Willis and I'm letting Jordan Love rest. That's what I'm doing personally. And I fully expect him not to play in this game. I don't know about next week, but he's not going to play against the Colts. That is my expectation. So it's going to be Malik Willis. But on the Colts side of things, you got Anthony Richardson, did a lot of good things. Had some really, really great throws. That, 70-yard pass to Alec Pierce where he slips and throws it on his back foot? That was amazing. That was a fantastic throw. Some people are saying the greatest throw of all time. I don't know about that. Villanova yesterday, their quarterback flipped in the air and threw the ball and it ended up being a touchdown. That was better, even though it was a lot closer to the end zone. It's still better, but nonetheless, great throw there. He did some good things, but he also did some not good things that have to be fixed. And the good thing is those are things that can be fixed, and they will be fixed if Shane Steichen is the guy. If he truly is this quarterback guru, this mastermind, he's going to get these things fixed for Anthony Richardson. So I'm not too worried about that stuff, but he does have to play better when it comes to throwing those 5 to 15-yard passes. And will he be better this week than he was last week? We'll find out. And look, Green Bay, they have a pretty good secondary. So, I'm not expecting Richardson to be phenomenal because you have Jair Alexander, obviously fantastic corner. But they also signed Xavier McKinney, a safety that I wanted. He's there. So they got a pretty good defense and a pretty good secondary overall. So I'm not expecting him to be phenomenal in this game. But then you got Michael Pittman, Jonathan Taylor. They have to play better than they did last week. Those are two of the best players on this Colts offense. They have to put up better numbers. Jonathan Taylor had less than 50 yards rushing on 16 carries. I believe he had 48. That's not good enough. You got to play better this week. And then with Michael Pittman, 34 yards on 4 catches. You're a number one receiver. Those are unacceptable numbers for a number one receiver. So he's going to have to play better. They got to step up and they got to perform really well in this game. They have to. And then on the defensive side of things, the Colts' run defense was awful last week. They allowed over 200 yards, I believe, rushing against Houston. I believe Joe Mixon had, 152 rushing yards? You can't allow that to happen. And I think this game is going to tell us if that was an anomaly or if that is what we should expect. Because they got Josh Jacobs, and then Malik Willis is going to run the ball. He's going to run the ball, and he's going to run it a lot. He's probably going to run it more than Anthony Richardson. So if you can stop the run, then you're going to give me a little bit of confidence for the rest of the season when it comes to our run defense. If you struggle against the Packers, I'm going to be really nervous about our run defense. So that's got to play better. And then when you get to the secondary, Juju Brent's out for the season. No Julian Blackman. Somebody's got to step up in the secondary, not named Kenny Moore. Because Kenny Moore is going to play good football. But we need our corners and safeties to step up. Who's going to step up? Is it going to be Jalen Jones? Is it going to be Nick Cross? Is it going to be Dallas Flowers? Is it going to be Rodney Thomas? I think we're going to find out. And look, this would be a great game for Rodney Thomas, a great opportunity for him to say, hey, I'm not terrible. I'm a pretty good safety. So that's something I'm definitely going to watch because when you look at the Packers and their receivers and tight ends, it's it's a pretty good room. I mean, Jaden Reed is a pretty good receiver. He is questionable, so we'll see if he plays, but he's a pretty good receiver. Christian Watson, a guy that I wanted. I think he's quite good. Romeo Dobbs, Tucker Kraft, Luke Musgrave, you know, Dontavian Wicks. Like, they got a pretty good room all around. So, yeah, this secondary has to play good. It does if we're gonna have a chance to win this game. They're gonna have to play good football. But with that being said, let's get to my key players, and we'll move on to my keys to victory, and then we'll wrap it up with my prediction of who's gonna win. So offensively, my keys to victory. Anthony Richardson, no surprise there. He's the quarterback. He's going to be on this list every single week. Again, does he get better with those 5 to 15 yard passes? Um, I'm obviously confident that he's going to be really good when it goes, when it comes to like the 30, 40, 50, 60 yard passes. But does he get better with the short passes, the intermediate passes, with 5 to 15 yard passes? Does he get better there? Does he fix his accuracy? Can he avoid overthrowing as much as he has in the past? That is something that is going to be important to this game. So that's something I'm going to look for sure. And then Jonathan Taylor, again, 48 yards on 16 carries, unacceptable. He's got to play better. He is quite possibly the best player on this team. He's got to go out there and play like he did a couple years ago. Heck, even last year. I'll take that too. So Jonathan Taylor, key player for sure when it comes to this offense. If he plays well, this offense is going to look really, really good. If he struggles, we might see our offense struggle in this game. And then Michael Pittman Jr., you're the number one receiver. Got to play like it. Got to go out there, play well. You're going to be going up against Alexander, more than likely. Go out there, do your thing. Prove that you're a number one receiver. Prove that you earned that contract and you deserve that contract. Now let's get to the defense. I don't know if Kwity Paye is going to play. So he's not going to be on my key players list. I'm going to go with Tyquan Lewis because if Kwity Paye is out tomorrow, and look, I'm recording this at 12:08 in the morning on Friday, so I have no clue if Tyquan Lewis at this point is, or not Tyquan, sorry, Kwity Paye. I have no clue if he's going to play or not. But Tyquan has to play well if he's the guy. If he's going to start, he needs to get pressure. He needs help create pressure. And I thought he looked pretty good last week. He's got to play good this week too. So he's definitely on my list. Jalen Jones struggled last week. He was getting picked on a lot. He's got to tighten it up. He's got to get better. You cannot let your man get open. Do not allow separation to be created on a consistent basis. You got to stay locked in, be a blanket. He is definitely going to be a key player in this game. With no Juju Brents, he's got to be that guy. He's got to step up. He's got to perform well. I know he can. He's just got to do it. And Nick Cross. Again, no Julian Blackman. Nick Cross needs to step up in that safety room. He's got to step up. He's got to play well. He's going to be my list every single week until he consistently proves that he is the guy. So Nick Cross is going to be on my list. Now we're going to move on to my keys to victory. So we're going to start off with the offense once again. Anthony Richardson needs to play smart and take advantage of any opportunity that presents itself. He can't force anything unless he absolutely has to. Look, take what the defense gives you. You're going to have opportunities to make big plays. You got to connect on those 5 to 15-yard passes. You can't overthrow. You can't throw it behind the receiver. You have to hit your guy, and you have to hit them consistently. When you have an opportunity to run, but for the love of God, slide. Just slide so you don't take a unnecessary hit. So Anthony Richardson, he's got to play well in this game. He's got to play smart and take advantage of those opportunities. Every single game, you're going to have at least 3 opportunities. Every single game. When those opportunities present themselves, take advantage. Again, the only time I want to see him forced to do something in this game is if we're down in the fourth quarter and he's running around trying to find a guy. If you have to force something because it's fourth down or whatever and you're trailing, then you have to. But if you're not, don't force it. Jonathan Taylor, my next key to victory, has to play better. Like I said, 48 yards on 16 carries. It's not going to help the offense. He needs to play good. There will be holes that will open up. Take advantage. Run through the holes. Create some opportunities. Because if Jonathan Taylor plays good in this game, I'm telling you guys, this offense is going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So he has to play well. We need him to prove that he's the best player on this team. Michael Pittman, we need him to play like a number 1 receiver. I'm pretty confident that Alec Pierce is going to do some good things because, again, Zaire Alexander, he's going to be on Michael Pittman. You're going to put your best corner on the best receiver. So I know that Alec Pierce is going to go out there and he's going to make some plays. He's going to do some good things. But we need Michael Pittman to prove he's a number 1 guy. He's going to go out there, make the tough catches, give Richardson an opportunity to make a play. We need him to step up. We absolutely need to get more than 34 yards this week. That's what we need. And then last on the offense, offensive line has to play well. You have to protect Anthony Richardson and give the run game opportunities to make plays. Whether it's Taylor, whether it's Richardson, it doesn't matter who's on the field running with the ball. Give them opportunities, create holes, dominate in this game, dominate in the trenches. If you do that, I think we'll be okay. Now let's move on to the defense. Have to do a better job stopping the run. You're going up against Josh Jacobs. You're going up against Malik Willis because, like I said, he's going to run the ball a lot. You got Marshawn Lloyd. He's questionable. Emmanuel Wilson is another guy. A.J. Dillon is out for the year or at least he's going to be out for a bit. He's not going to play in the game because he is on the IR. But they got some guys that can run the ball. So you cannot let them go out there, have their way. I don't want to see Josh Jacobs put up Joe Mixon numbers from last week. I don't want to see that. So the defense has to do a better job stopping the run. That includes our linebackers. Zaire Franklin, you have to play better. Zaire Franklin was talking all offseason on the podcast about how he's a dog. Prove it. Prove you're a dog. And he's a dog, obviously. But you need to go out there and you need to play good. You could tell the run game when on the defensive side was not good when our safeties had a bunch of tackles. Zaire Franklin, you got to play better in this game. Play much better than you did last week, please. Step up, have a big game. Got to stop the run. I think that is the most important thing on the defensive side of the football. If you stop the run, that offense is not going to do too much. When it comes to Malik Willis and his passing, I got to see it to believe it. So stop the run. If you do that, I think the Colts will be in good shape. And speaking about Malik Willis, the defensive line, it has to make his life miserable. You got to get pressure on Willis and force him to make mistakes. He is going to make mistakes. This is not CJ Stroud where he's going to run all over and then he'll just find a guy after running for 25 seconds. You're going to be able to force him to make mistakes a lot easier than he would with a guy like CJ Stroud. Get him on the ground. Do not let him run around on 3rd and 14 and get a first down. Bring him down. Force him to make mistakes. Force him to throw it away. Force him essentially to beat you with his arm, but you got to make him make mistakes. So there's that. And then my last key to victory for the defense, the secondary needs to stay on their man. Do not allow them to create separation consistently. It's probably going to happen a couple times. Don't let it be a habit. Don't give Malik Willis easy completions. Stay on your man. You should be fine. Now let's move on to my score prediction. I think the game would be closer if Jordan Love was playing. Heck, I think the Packers probably win this game with a healthy Jordan Love. Just my prediction personally on that front. But since it is Malik Willis, there's not a lot to go off of. I don't know how good of a passer he is today than he was when he was in college. So with that being said, I think that the offense is going to play well in this game. I think Richardson is going to improve a little bit compared to last week. I think our run game is going to get going, and I think our defense is going to stop the run. I think last week was an anomaly. I think they're going to get it done this week. Give me a prediction of Colts 31, Packers 20. And I think the Colts defense is going to get a pick six. I think they're going to get a touchdown on defense, maybe even two. But I think the Colts win 31-20. So that's going to do it, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're new, if you haven't already, I would greatly appreciate it if you would click that subscribe button. Also, click the bell icon so you're notified when I upload a video or when I go live. If you like this video, smack the like button. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you have a Twitter, make sure you follow me on Twitter at horseshoe_pod. There is a link in the description down below. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Matt, Bleed Blue. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you like it, make sure you watch one of these other two videos. They're cool. Also, if you're new, please click the subscribe button as well as the bell icon. I greatly appreciate your support.